Hello sports lovers, welcome to Met Sports TV. On today's episode of the Boxing News Mashup, I'll be bringing you news from Ghana, especially from the De-Luxy Boxing League. Then I'll bring you updates on the Game Boy Tagoe. Then we talk international boxing. So you know the right place to stay tuned for all your boxing updates, and it's Met Sports TV. So do the right thing by subscribing. Now let me take you to the first news, and it's coming in from the Ghana Professional League, which has now been named as the De-Luxy Paint has bought the naming right for the league. So it is now known as the De-Luxy Professional Boxing League. That was a good sponsorship deal for the GBA and IMAX Media when De-Luxy came on board. And in the third edition of the Boxing League, we had exciting juvenile fights and amateur boxing and the professional boxing league itself. But the stars that graced the occasion was two-time world champion King Kong Agbeko, then Brahima Kamoko, also known as Bukum Banku. Adani Best was here, was at the arena to entertain us. So was Teda Teto, who also entertained the fans at the boxing arena. But now let's go. I'll just take the professional boxing bout. I'll not go into the amateur and the juvenile boxing. I'll just give you the bouts that happened in the professional league yesterday. Thank you. There was a bantam. The first professional bout of the evening was between Enoch and Hope Mauli. This bout ended in the second round KO for Enoch, who was coming in from the Sonia Boxing Gym. So he was the first person to pick up a victory yesterday at the Bukum Boxing Arena. Congratulations to Enoch Tete for winning the first professional boxing bout on the night. There was another bout that ended in a controversial manner, and that bout was in the lightweight division between Michael Dodu of the Atokwashi Boxing Gym and Eric Kwam of the Fifth Square Boxing Gym. It was a 6-rounder, and that bout initially ended in a win for Eric Kwam. Eric Kwam got the victory, but that victory was overturned by the technical director of the GBA, and that bout was rendered and no contest. I think the GBA would have to explain to sports lovers or boxing lovers why the verdict of the judges was overturned. It is normal in boxing, but it's rare. So the GBA and the technical directorate must explain to the boxing fans and the boxing world why the judges' verdict was overturned. The victory that was given to Eric Kwam was overturned, and the bout was ruled a no contest. And before the next bout came in, the MC for the night, who was Mohammed Amin Lamte, invited Brahima Kamoko to then introduce the ever-shining star or evergreen Kwewu-born Adani Best, and he wowed the fans at the boxing arena. Everybody was jamming to his song. I wish I had a good voice. I would have given you a freestyle, but sorry, Adani Best did his best, and the fans were very much entertained and pleased with his performance yesterday. Enoch Tete of the Palm Spring Boxing Gym also faced Prince Amekwe of the Black Panthers Boxing Gym, and that bout ended in a victory for Prince Amekwe. Then we had a couple of juvenile boxing, the women boxing, the girl power boxing, and no other person than the Don himself, Michael Yaboy, who is a politician and the CEO of Don Promotions, donated 100 Ghana cedi each to all to the ladies, Elizabeth and Loco's daughter. He gifted them 100 Ghana cedis each as a sign of motivation, and he told them that he was going to shop. He was going to shop with them so that they get every right boxing gear those two ladies needed. So that is it. Thank you, The Dawn, for this kind gesture. Boxing appreciates your inputs very much. Adote Tedo also had his opportunity to sing his evergreen gospel songs to the fans, and everybody was in a spiritual mood, and it was an epic moment at the boxing arena yesterday. And we thank all these people for joining the boxing league to make it exciting and attractive so that Ghanaian boxing can grow higher. Solomon Nete and Charles Yao Tete took the center stage in the arena yesterday. They both faced each other in the squared circle for the first time, both debutants, but Charles Yao Tete showed his superior boxing skills and he came out the victor. I think it was a night of exciting bout. He came, though he was very exciting, but I saw lapses, and with time I think that guy Charles Yao Tete can grow to become a Commonwealth champion and the world, and take on the world as he continues to grow in boxing. Versus Emmanuel Mensah from the Seaview Boxing Gym and the Second South Boxing Gym respectively ended the show. John Quay is an example why we need the boxing league. John Quay does not have a manager, he doesn't have a promoter, but since making his debut, this is the third show and he has had 3 professional fights. Without a manager and a promoter, he wouldn't have gotten a fight till he had one to help push him. But with the boxing league, John Quay has had 3 fights on the yesterday when he faced Emmanuel Tete. This is the reason why the boxing league is very important for the growth of boxing. And he came out victor when he faced Emmanuel Mensah, and he also won the boxer of the day. His fight was exciting, the showboating, his precision of punches. He doesn't waste punches, and he was very, very accurate. Thanks to the Seaview Boxing Gym, John Quay is flying their flag higher, and they are now in good lead. Maybe as the season ends, they may be adjudged the best boxing gym. I can never tell until the end. But that is it now for the De-Luxy Boxing Professional League. Now let me go to the camp of Emmanuel the Game Boy Tagoe, who has finished preparation and is heading towards San Antonio, Texas for the final preparation for the much-awaited bout between him and King Ryan Garcia. If you are getting value for this video, kindly press the like button because it helps YouTube recommend this video to other people. Thank you. Now, the Game Boy is settled to face Ryan King Garcia in San Diego. This would be a very, very tricky fight for him. Both fighters have been out of the ring for quite some time. Game Boy not getting fights, but Ryan Garcia had fights, but due to mental health issues, had to pull out of those fights. So he is coming back, and this fight would be regarded as a warm-up fight, but Game Boy is no pushover, and I think if Game Boy puts in the right works, he shouldn't leave the score in the hands of the judges. Like the professor says, you must go into the ring with your referee and your judge, and if he does that and he puts in his heart, there is nothing beyond the Game Boy. The Game Boy can get the victory against Ryan King Garcia. I'll try and bring you a breakdown of both fighters during the week. That is before the punch, before the fight happens on the Saturday. So stay tuned to Met Sports TV. We'll try and, though I don't have much time, but I'll try and bring you the breakdown of the Ryan Garcia versus Emmanuel the Game Boy Tagoe bout that will be happening Sunday in Ghana. Now, talking of 9th, GGG would be in action in Japan against Murata, and he would be defending his middleweight championship. And if he's able to win that bout, he is guaranteed a fight if Saul Canelo Alvarez also overcomes Dimitri Bivol. So both fighters would have to overcome their opponents and meet for the third time. You know, the first fight ended in a draw. The second fight also ended in a controversial win for Saul Canelo Alvarez. Since then, GGG hasn't been really active. Saul Canelo has gone on to prove why he is regarded as the pound-for-pound #1 in the world. So these two would be meeting, but GGG would be 40 years by then. His reflexes and things would be gone. And I will tip Saul Canelo Alvarez to beat GGG in that fight, though I'm a strong GGG fans. No two ways about that, but age would be on the side of Saul Canelo Alvarez. Now, there was exciting boxing match in Newcastle yesterday, and it was by Boxer, the new promotional company that is making waves in the United Kingdom since Eddie Hearn parted ways with Sky Sports. Boxer has taken over, and Ben Shalom, the young, he's less than 25 years old. He is doing magic in the boxing space. So kudos to Boxer. And yesterday they hosted an epic fight that was between Savannah Marshall and Fekem Hemen. And it was an exciting fight. Whilst it lasted, it was just short, but you could see the quality of Savannah Marshall and the one-punch power. When Hemen dogged the right hook, he then countered her with the left hook, and that put her to sleep. And with that, we are guaranteed a fight. A top fight. A top fight between Savannah Marshall and Claressa Shield. Yes. The two-time Olympic gold medalist Claressa Shield would be facing Savannah Marshall, and it's going to be an epic fight. No two ways about that, because Savannah Marshall had already beaten Claressa in the amateurs. So she has won over Claressa. But Claressa has gone on to achieve a lot of things than Savannah. So let's see how that fight happens. I guess it would be at the St. James Park. That is the home of Newcastle United. So it's going to be an exciting boxing bout. So we wish these two ladies all the best. I think for whatever reason, the record of Claressa Shield can stand against any other man in the boxing industry. She is a two-time Olympic gold medalist. She is the fastest ever boxer, I think, after Lomachenko or before Lomachenko or equal to Lomachenko, to win a world title. So this is it. This lady, Claressa, has an impeccable record. So let's see how this fight goes. And Maku, who was the co-main event, also stopped Chris Jennings in the 4th round in an emphatic manner. That was a TKO victory. The referee was called to action after Maku landed a combination. The Albanian King landed a combination, and Chris was totally dazed. The next fight I would like to see for Maku would be him facing Chris Kongo. Chris Kongo, at a point in time, I regarded him as the best welterweight in the United Kingdom. Elsewhere in Australia, George Kambosos and David Henning are ready to settle the undisputed lightweight championship. We all know that George Kambosos has traveled in order to earn the right to fight Teofimo Lopez. He beat Teofimo Lopez in a very close fight. Then he was scheduled to fight Vasily Lomachenko, which Lomachenko turned down the fight, like I brought you in the sports updates. If you did not watch that, you can watch that in the link that is appearing above. So now Vasily Lomachenko turned down the fight because his country is at war with Russia. Now, David Haney has accepted the fight under, excuse me to say, bad condition. He is supposed to, if he wins, he is supposed to rematch Kambosos back in Melbourne. And that would be, the fight would be happening at the Maverick Studios. And let's see how that fight goes. It's going to be exciting on the 5th of June in Ghana, but on the 4th of June in Australia. So fight fans, stay tuned, and I will surely bring you all the updates. If you have still not subscribed, please do me a favor by subscribing. I'm waiting for you. Please do me a favor by subscribing to the channel. Guess you've done that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Then Carl Brook is demanding £10 million in order to fight Kenan Ben. It doesn't make sense to me because Kenan Ben is not a draw, and that fight cannot generate the purse Carl Brook is asking for. So this is how I look at it. After Carl Brook feels he has been mistreated by Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, he is now giving them the middle finger that if you really want me to fight your next star, if whom you think can beat me, you need to cough up the money that I have lost whilst with you. Because Carl Brook at a point in time was one of the cash cow of Matchroom, but Eddie Hearn dropped him like a bad habit. So I think he is taking a revenge on Eddie Hearn, telling him that if you want me to fight Kenan Ben, you have to add more zeros to the check. That is it. But I don't think the fight is worth that amount, to be honest with you. I don't think Kenan Ben would be able to generate that amount. But to be fair, American Khan has also reactivated his rematch clause. So let's see how the negotiations go if Eddie Hearn and co are still interested in the fight. Dimitri Bivol is saying he is surprised. He is the current light heavyweight champion, and he said he is surprised at the range how people are ranking Saul Canelo Alvarez to be invincible, and he is training real hard in order to meet him at the top level. Dimitri Bivol, though has 19 fights, 11 KO, he is not known to be a very strong power puncher. He has over 200 amateur fights, and that is a lot of experience. So it's a very difficult, it's a difficult one for Saul Canelo Alvarez. Let's see how he goes. But Dimitri Bivol would have to knock out Canelo in order to get the victory. That fight would be on the Zone pay-per-view. And the last but not the least, it is Big Baby Miller, who would be facing Tyson, who is now joining the Tyson Fury camp as a sparring partner. We all know Big Pharmacy Miller, who is serving a 2-year drug ban, is a pressure fighter. Dillian White is a pressure fighter, though not in the same scale, but Miller's volume of pressure fighting is more than Dillian. So it's a good sparring for Tyson the Gypsy King Fury ahead of their April 23rd bout that would be happening at the Wembley Sports Stadium. Over 100,000 boxing lovers are expected to be at Wembley that very night. This is all for today's episode on the Boxing News Mashup. Kindly express your views in the comment section, and also stay positive. Remember, there is no limit to greatness. Au revoir. Bye-bye.